18 minutes after 9. From the camp of the NDC, the Honourable Member of Parliament, Amenfi West Constituency, Honourable Erikafo, Honourable Asum Dwenka, Bibia Mokonia. Nametiasi. Me giri some Russia big Yama Koye.
I said, I'm your papa, dear.
Or say,
your cousin, then
I'm your win.
Said I knew any Sobia.
It is well. Name Bayer.
Vampire saying, I'm a Boagana. One PP, if you are Bemland this year, never to Tonyama. Your mom. On pipe on limit. Or the empire, but to modom limits. Limits, bang. Or more you don't beat my gun for no, don't be none of my own. Or the Fiasia may be some. I may make confident to Aquabansa because the finance minister can say the next 2.5 years. You be the limits. Almost stretch now. That's where they've landed the Ghanaian economy and Ghana as a country. I don't bury car for me. That's it. Confident to ask him drink out. Yamitiasi, you cram. I'm a few West. That's the capital. Then an hour for. Oh, sir. So I sank Madame for me, pursue could two or no. Oh, sir. Never carry now. Why am this in that be? Why am people? Yes, I'm one year stronger, but you has a bit to me. I has a bit. Hey, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You're too powerful. But you're much too as a 20 and any other person as NDC candidate. It was a bad lesson. Wow. Administrator Gifek. Wow. Yeah, best our computers. Yeah. National headquarters Gifek. Headquarters no, you different Accra. And the bar. See as a hey, what's that? Oh, I know ticket. Yeah, day of election. Land Cruisers 20. I'm telling you, Land Cruisers 20. Oh, I'm telling you. I'm going to rent it. I don't know. Pickups. Now, coffee. On one, I'm signing up. Oh, but see, Nipa for Brocheba. I'm a few West. I was pipe on the fish. And I go now the fish are pipe on. And a pipe on the fish. Are you? I said, Domro, some of you was for Castle not very careful. Yeah. Some be candidate. Yeah. But it will cry. I'm a difference. Yeah, well, I was here 22 minutes after 9. One joining, I'm watching Wakwaba, and I was here higher Adom 106.3 FM. I began for what's I say, Bashan and so mommy say, the Abiga 4 can be a or more margin or more contributions or more Monsem. Adom 106.3 FM. We don't share in their views. We know omodia enti Shannon so ma menya dia ye endorse so omo comments omo opinions and our contributions expressed on Dwaso Nsem medini kwesi asempa bra Facebook na file comment efa ho making kind nyina e dia ma well honorable let's start here for you so because we now warm rush be dwamenra enti dia course nyina uhu ye media budget review mama na wasi na menchia etifo Nonko Western Region, Nana Tuku, with na chairman, no executives, with chairman, I'm in West for Chairman Roxy, no executives. I'm in chair Nanampo, I come in, I was in Krugwa. I'm in champagne for me, no so. The Rakosi Victor Misson, for my DC, I'm in West. I'm in chair also, Rako Mikis, a large topo. I was on phone in this phone. I mean, you say, you started a reorganization. I said, but all your way. Your bumpire say, you know, your memoir, you know, some dream. My friend said, you know, your NDC for
entokwa metu no mekano me ni say yefanya nwu ye chinenye no dom because you were one target ne say about power 2024 now 2025 your former government na yabasi sanema ekoso ewo Ghana mamenka say Andra the course of parliament na ya areho to me because the environment and the manner ekoso ewo parliament ho na dia dey but me started by saying say me I foresaw say the business is here and run because we are a member of the business committee. We scheduled the minister to appear before yesterday. Later in the Nyakrata say onye were prepared in Tiamano time. But a constitution. More some say at least it's all prepared go after June, July. Latest by ending of the month, it's so to me a babaye review of the budget and the performance of the budget. Not gonna for it you. Andra, you didn't say a parliament. 10 a.m. now why am I? But almost 1 hour, the minister was not forthcoming. And he minority raise alarm and they suspend the house for 1 hour. You go by. No, it's a suspended house no, for 30 minutes. So I was wondering, say, it didn't echo because when you're even full-time budget, a year budget review. So why is it taking the minister so a time? In fact, I know why Madia Nankabaya constitutional breach because Nami Adoma Friday, Nami Adoma Yeko recess. Endra. The literature now they buy be radio parliament now. To me, I think say Bibia Ankoso. Oba ebe kind. Eniema na 2022 budget no be ye be ready the chair. Adom cancer. The reason I cancer and say asampa. You can't budget reviewer any. We your budget now. After 6 months, I saw about parliament. Any parliament made him come up. Budget no cost saying sikania de ma no eson ye ana anson be hia bi aka ho na be hia bi aka ho ahe na ode beko hutum jeje sikania ka se ko jeje no when international relations I say I ekosen so me who sign a that's the performance of the budget. 2, you review in consonance with current situation in the country. Nema elkos wo manim no. And I say uba ebe cannot review wo figures no so that enema bi wo ho a obetumi de aka ho ye free. Ibini den. Ye na ye nim say Ghana ye den. Rising cost of living. A person ka minister ne buy no. Obetumi aka bibi akire kwan a Ghana for ye ho be ha yen. Extreme poverty. Ye hia buburu a achichiche Ghana for yi. E de na obeka eyi Ghana for afiri mu. Etoso bi. E-levy performance. Ye nim say e-levy. E be nyina ti asese asempa. Ene be ya kwan Ghana ha nyina. Nyina ya we. Ebe tuya yankwala school fees nyina de amayen. Ebe sisi efe ne sen suku adan nyina de amayen. Ye kan ya kan say even e-levy no ene bebo ayen ama flooda ekoso Ghana ha nyina aso betwa. So at least we wanted the government through the Minister of Finance to brief us the performance of the e-levy. In fact, on the manya there. In fact, on manya there. So I want to brief here kakra members of Parliament about the e-levy performance. We're expecting, yes, see, 4 prizes are possible. And the problems in about Oh, fuel prices are cost. Enti, adentra, umachechire mu, ekwan fa so a sebio yebetima teso kakra, ayong ha at least. My young who say na eko. You are reviewing the budget. Etos subim. Youth unemployment. These are current issues I make count. Say anke senka budget review no. To me, a church is animal winning. Now at least youth unemployment is here is hitting about 40% of the entire youth in this country. 40%. And a dear share now because on the youth currently, I think say next 2 months, NAPCO for no more coffee. So yeah. NAPCO. Now you know I got down now. Chifu Kobiana. You are you got over now. I was a
Blacktown Square.
Aha. The drum call over 100,000 youths. You never get to out. You match your Biashatare. Now you're gonna go and say about you or match us. Say, I'll match and Sana. I am more Juma. So that place was preparatory grounds to train them. Say, you don't beat my former Juma. They are going home. And then she said, Pa, and I would the mawam. They are crying. So at least your budget review should cover all these places, the alternatives. And you napqa, because you promised them of job. 2016 manifesto, 2020 manifesto. So, we need to hear some of these things. The woman must see answer say, Coco Equiafo. Omunya Coco na Martina Mahata na Maton. Omunya Sika. It's a current issue. Ghana Coco Boss, Omutimia. They should release as much as they have to pay the license buying companies. Meka LBC sir, meka ibini PBC. Omato Coco Munya Skantiaka. Omako pay Bosiakra beto Coco. Coco board is not giving the money back to them. Meanwhile, your parliament, you approve $1.2 billion. The momo, see infanto cocoa between 850,000 to 900,000 metric tons. Okonya to say, you toss 740,000 metric tons. Difference no, away him. Sikanda can away him. So these are certain critical issues. We wanted the budget review to capture. Oh, ABR. Cocoa for LBC a democa to this tune. A banner prepares the car or the cocoa marketing company. Now, Odama LBCs. Certain things we're trying to hear from the budget. Then you have a Buama poverty never form. A conform. That is why NDC most people like NDC because you have to spend at where you have majority of people, where the money can trend. For example, say would you cocoa farmers car a rural economy no a pepe obiton a banchia a beto obiton ataria a beto ye de be ka say cocoa sikaba na ahochira ye den eko. So if you are not paying the cocoa farmers were down. So let us hear something about these things. Akwan Nsem, the Biamba mechanical Nsem chro. Say upon questions a yebi so parliament, statement a yeka, offices a yeko, kita hu any ministry need the rules are so there. We know what say. Ko Takrade from Takrade to Takwa. Serious. Who look out for Kwaun maybe? Yes. Kotakrade Krum. I just run about. You try Honsika. That's to Parliament. You can one of the critical rules no. Ko as you go about there, a choir you did 35 minutes between 2 hours. Komiam constituency from Abon Kwanta, Eko Samra Boy, Eko Pristia. Wofri mu ni echo piste the kwan no esi as isi ano kan. So ni person ke TBB. These are current happenings in the country. So your budget should at least, the review should cover these areas. Eto subim 15% cola. You said the ma for. She said no. This one even it needs a new appropriation. Now me canon one of the stations. A here new appropriation. But MPP is smart. With your budget statement now, budget review now, they wanted to avoid debate. Message was here.
Oh, and I know paya you some education.
Good. I won't say debate budget no. But if you are running the more parliament now, you have a statement, you have a motion. So almost pass it through motion. Okay, about motion there, it means you call for debate. By through statements, so no, avoid debate. You only make a comment to it, because I can't say in debate we are our floor who even debate it because we are born in credibility. The way what I say, most of the MPs are on one cry, more elite community some losing in MPP is because of this. Because assembly partners, I say, and they'll go down there to argue and defend it. What I say. So it should come through even by appropriation. I'm talking about the COLA. Now, interest payment. With your budget, now I can't quote the correct page. Abane said, Abobosiana to some level, the interest payment. A free almost 37 billion to 40 billion within the year. And just imagine, say, we have appropriation. Now, the 41 billion interest payment, apart from even amortization. Well, so these things must be clear with this. Oko free secondary school education program. Buying at the buyer. Me no can say I have problem. Ewo eduane diemu ewo secondary schools. And I think the ministry has to sit down and review how this problem can be solved. We come most of the secondary school now. Kwalan ko money di. Ebidi koko anopa, koko awia, koko anyumre. Na den. Obi sha obi ana. Wo ba sengwa secondary school. This is what is happening there. Koko anopa, koko awia, koko anyumre. Be headmaster oko kan wan yasam.
Asankirgwa.
Yes.
And I was say we didn't mean no cresa. Say ye feeding cola 3 times a day. Ne ye koko. Oh, honorable.
When I win you anasa nya no kure.
There be where's the evidence?
See asam na American. Me say when I win you anasa nya no kure.
No, where's the evidence? Say koko.
Eduane no wo hen.
Say honorable Eduane the last time Minister of Education Asia Bafa stock Emma no more agree say suppliers
You know something? We shall Bafa stock ne Eduane kwa sengregwa. When him say nkofo dwuma gu because of free SHS. Because they all supply Eduane Daku school no. A supply nyama na nsikakam. They all pam kwala ni school uniform. Wa pama man nsikakam. They all day engo ekoma schools no. Nisikakam. Inteduane no here Daku bim. That's a challenge. So this challenge you are raising in this country. So we were expecting the Minister of Finance, about Parliament. No? These are budget review. What they say, as you said, you can also reallocate what you have in the system. But let us know, let us hear, as members of Parliament, simply because 275 cover the whole country. Members cover the whole country. Don't be catch any. We can also inform our people accordingly. All these things did not come. Let us be social problems. Biba, say budget no, it me we review budget no to solve all these problems. Social problems like the flood and other things is happening in Accra and other areas. What is the response of government to the current problem? Through budget. That's why you have been given the chance to come and review the budget to solve current problems in the country. Inti asampa, masam yawa. Say asam no Ghana for be TV. And you are all good judges. Say, maybe a friend for constancy. So now about the okay idea. My campaign pa na into a buying free. Na me ka jane say this kasa bebre mo. Na kasa bebre. So why out you want to come account? Na se make just a come account. Ha.
But honorable, my final question, me Kofi ho. Finance Minister Eban Rano, one baby sa mo maniska me boa.
I say maniska.
Okay. So, I then more applaud the Finance Minister say in the midst of all the challenges, review one must say I need additional money, but you still want to work within the budget of President Imam. Why won't you applaud him?
Mameka say Abano by Parliament November. Ebe stress obe so GJ internally oje 100.5 billion Ghana cedis. IGF. No kwaje bosia almost 40 billion. Into we entire population now is 145 billion Ghana cedis. Bisa say wajeje say. But to me ajeje say. And also some people account 145 billion. So on that flare no. On this apple could draw no. To come and even ask for more money.
Okay.
In the literature it is stated. Says I'm going to Mnyeje. Not Mnyeje dia. I think that will be account.
Adom Benasi, it was your 19 minutes at the top of the hour. Hi, Adom 106.3 FM. Honorable Eric Afo, a member of Parliament, a Memphis West constituency, or a minority in Ghana Marshal Bedroom, and I'll say in Kano. Confident to my member also.
As a Pamedasi. Again, Minchia or ne or Tiafuin, and I mean, Chia Minia Penny Bill, Honorable Eric Afo. Naminchia on so last week, me buy na. CJ na ha kakra na sempana kakra na sempana my confused no but tell me because I think say honorable Afo no ni parliament finance minister can no
Samom
so okwa wanti
sa
because I say onim dia ban kafa napko any the alternative for napko but it's in the budget.
You start. You start no can. You start as alternative. No, you start no way.
No, but honorable say Okanapco exit point or can maybe a more close program. No,
that's it.
Yes, into Okasafa
there is no alternative. You can say alternative when you disagree, but to sit here. And say there's no alternative. After the only alternative, but say you start your alternative.
You start.
Why didn't you say that before?
You start any day.
Oh,
now you start. You know,
you start any day.
Coffee barbecue.
Coffee
barbecue. No, but say, or no believe say once an apco anko yeno, you start.
You can express your belief. That's fine. But you cannot create your own fact. The fact is that he stated, this is what's going to happen. NAPCO, or you sue the word.
Let's see whether it will be employed. You start any day.
Now it's because honorable GD na winning. Nyabotene starting a way.
No, now
the be uncle. Honorable uncle. Honorable time then so.
Anyways, onya sad now. Onya cry. But anyways, Asempa. Enra, finance minister any Ghana for be Jina Mampenya na money Ghana for din komo. To say the mini penny kind for the first time usually say media review na a supplementary budget. Say the ba ye twi kasemu ade kire ne tintin ne titi nyina ne say aban wo sika na wabubu say ne nsabeka any expenses a obeye saa niema no okasi ani a ye fa Ghana ye sika kasemu. In fact, even when you go to America krana it happens. There's always what we call budget deficit. The wo hwehwe se won sabeka any the obedi no na nsonsono ye dantem dodo na the opese wudi no bro the won sabeka no so entino in the midst of it and other adjustments na aban ba bebusa for additional funding. But this time around aban decided said there be memma mebusa for additional funding kakra mo de ma me no mehwe kwan a metimi ayusu se sika no na in fact say me twitwa bibi kra free me hihye mu a me twitwa from nti we hwa 30% reduction aban ye in the form of government salary, in the form of 50% reduction in petrol, in the form of travel and other things. Aban also would say and no enso or other forms of cuts aban betimi aye to make sure say yen sam mesre for sika bio nti aban buy or say there be yen sika emum acquire your fast mobilizing in sika which is the domestic revenue mobilization effort kwan be ne betimi afa pagem na yetimi a block loopholes ne ade a ewom ne yaka sa nyema na si ani to hwa aban say even budget deficit or person will move from 7.2% no the back from to about 6.6%. So the difference between revenue and expenditure no so better above. I think say and only idea back or but do no we share the preamble of his analysis now. Or to myself mine in financial difficulties. In fact, the word that you see and say Ghana finds itself in economic darkness.
When you have the men,
it doesn't matter. As someone can say, Ghana finds itself in economic darkness. And now, two ni buchiri mu baby and this high economic darkness. Any kind or kind domestic revenue mobilization once. So share budget they call Parliament November 17th, 2021. A biennial outlining revenue mobilization strategies, i.e., we need to say e-levy. Many of them need to have can say e-levy. No other than minister, maho accounting. But only me I say e-levy. Yes, started in actuality, bear full solid months, the month of May and the month of June. Moana, say e-levy. So in fact, Honorable Haruna that is on record to have said they deliberately stifled government efforts to raise funding to support this country. So no,
but they were against e-levy. I know they almost stated here.
Is he on record to have said they deliberately did what they did?
But if somebody is against e-levy, they are now doing so obey.
My God.
No, Nipano.
You can be against something.
Yes.
And you can discuss with somebody, say, Adewe, many wadwene and shia. And you can go and stay somewhere, say, measure that as you can.
No, but
let me
but Kofi,
effort to make sure.
But Kofi, they vehemently opposed e-levy.
They vehemently.
Oman fancy Ghana for. Oman fancy Abai. And Omuye Bibia say Omobe preventing e-levy from being implemented.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
For a reason.
No. The point is, say Nipana a demonstrative posture we are. And also who say obe sabotage.
Eric Afo, ne minority, your madrin says Sika Bambina no, or Mumania, who sang Metna, Dano, no mechanics, analysis. Who sang power, who stifled the process for 6 months. What's our analysis?
That's a no cressa honorable e-levy by you won't send him momo. Because some pesa by Benyaska. Debbie Configasa, Debbie Honorable Bacho, Honorable Manicasa, Honorable Manicasa Bacho, Manicasa.
Configasa. The domestic revenue mobilization exercise. Antimia masonintino. And then Tokwa Sebi is see what parliament now. They okay Moody ne Fitch rating and they cited parliamentary affairs. Say a can't be na GD and Ankomo Ghana Sikasemono or Mania GD because as when it comes to Sikasema, Sameba Obesia, Netintin in the theatre and answer me mau Busia with my Etriaka. But say who Kumo Sikasem who are better when you Sika the Triamica. So Moody's and Fitch downgraded us. After and now say investors do na who said the prayer here first were raising revenue. M1 and Tokasema Bem to do what Sika Ghana ha no atam no de ko. Unim say Ghana fo bebre so a omo Sika ho share da akose sign into dollars e de kogum pass because they want to protect what they have. Apart from that, the free amanonia afibia beginning of the year first quarter ebeka ho ama. And sana ye nuanom foreign companies almost will kroma repatriate your musica. So these pressures and what kind yes G2 mu say the domestic challenges are a mass city na hoden etiba form. We no beka global issues are yina yinim. Metia ye nuanom di achinye. But IMF buy from July 6th to the 13th. Omo we analysis na omo G2 mu say Ghana's economic woes was exacerbated by the Ukraine-Russia war. Wow. Yes, you can read it. Wow. You can read it. You can. What's about the me? Who the minim so packing kind? Asama Ukraine. IMF. Any panic kind? Oh, making kind. Do you want me to read it?
I don't doubt it, but I'm asking you, sir.
What are you?
Someone about a bath. And have you checked various figures?
About what?
Previous figures.
About them.
Have you checked?
What previous figures are you referring to? What previous
macroeconomic figures?
Yes, I have checked the previous figures, and the previous figures as from 2017 was positive. Look, let's look at the figures you are talking about.
Go ahead.
Economic growth. Yeah, buy and now grow at average of 3.6%. Yeah, grow at average of 7%. Inflation rate. And then we eat inflation. Aban we be reduce inflation to about 7% or so. Mokachere say yendi inflation. So that's an indicator that went down. Interest rate went down. Agri sector, there was an upshoot in agri growth. Industry, service, every indicator. Until say Fofian Tuata or how ne buy. Even after COVID 2020, economy no started say emu peja. Okay, 2021 now. There was a significant improvement in the growth until say Ukraine war back. And I'm in America. The data says it. IMF says it.
The IMF we now kind of unyafi. No, unyafi. I want the source. Yeah.
Who really see a statement?
IMF buy na so muwie ya mo bekon.
IMF wie ya mo bekon. They release a statement. I can even read the statement for you. Just give me a second.
No, you could just quote the source. Maybe I'll read it.
Yeah.
Is it online or you have the original statement?
I have the original statement. What I say. Meet me account.
Amode ma buying pay.
Oh, it was on the IMF website. The Penina or lead delegation in Ghana. They released a statement on their website on their visit to Ghana. And I'll read a section for you. I say, Ghana is facing a challenging economic and social situation amid an increasingly difficult global environment.
Okay, Kofi, just help me. Say the for to be follow. Me what IMF websites say. Where did you get that statement? Because here were about research, countries, capacity development, news, videos, data, publication, COVID-19. No, help me, Mepacho, because I
cannot pinpoint on the exact website on me. See, no, IMF releases.
But this is IMF website I'm on. I just logged on. I want you to Buame. Exactly, Buame, because Oka IMF website, Kofi Nyabotre Mpacho. Oka IMF website, that's your source. My beer website in this year, and I make kind. Osha, you were about research, countries, capacity development, news, videos, data, publications, COVID-19. And that last one here, English, and Sana Okwa, and only there, Uchusu countries, Kasa or Moka. Now, me click on publications. The Mihu All Staff Note Series global financial stability note, spillover note, how to note, advanced search. When you come to data,
simple. Let me help you.
Yes, help me.
Simple.
Yes, I need it.
July 13th, 2022.
Okay.
Type in Google, IMF staff concludes visit to Ghana. I can, you see, question now,
July, also July then.
Pinpoint on what page IMF, but who call IMF press release number 22/256, July 13th, 2022. IMF staff concludes visit to Ghana. You can check it. You can Google it.
But Kofi, no,
no,
you just said IMF website. I'm on the same website, so just help me. That's all.
IMF has over 1,000 pages on the website. I cannot tell you IMF.Ghana.
What do you know? What you website?
What I just did, and it said I googled IMF staff concludes Ghana visit, and it came up. Okay. It will take you to the very site on IMF. And only website open. I mean, send the link in them out. I can send the link to you. Why are we even debate? Me send them my assances here. I know them out.
Okay.
Me send them my assances here. Yes. It is all power. Say IMF.org/en/news/2022/07/1.
Don't worry, I'm on the same page with you. Yes.
So where is the debate?
Africa. No, it's not about debate. I want to be. I want to be on the same page with you. Until they are all kind.
Finance Minister, who shall report anymore? IMF budget statement now. Finance Minister reading now. Okotu verbatim. I was statement in him.
Literature reading.
Yes.
They page.
Oh, Mami Shamas is here.
No, Kofi to us.
No. I want him to be.
No. Because me pull it out. Me pull it out what they said, and the Kofi with to us.
Yeah, sir. Osha Anuni, me pacho page 4 of 26.
I'm not interested. What
Ghana is facing a challenging economic and social situation amid an increasingly difficult global environment. The fiscal and debt situation has severely worsened following the COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, investors' concerns have triggered credit rating downgrades, capital outflows, and some of may catch about Sikeko and confidence Ayelusu, a loss of external market access, and rising domestic borrowing costs. In addition, the global economic shock caused by the war in Ukraine is hitting Ghana at a time when.
This is a normal statement. Everybody.
Let me patch on Maninka because this is IMF. Until they are Maninkasa. This IMF after their visit.
Yes.
But now I'll conclude. Say.
Honorable.
Only cause.
No. Honorable Maninkasa.
That is why.
Oh, they Maninkasa.
No.
Confuse their casa.
Maybe two issues. May say one, your domestic. Our inability to raise funds domestically.
Okay.
That was number one.
Okay.
And I'm saying number two, Ukraine war. And I'm citing IMF. And IMF says it's here. I see. In addition, the global economic shock caused by the Ukraine war is hitting Ghana at a time when the country is still recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic shock. And with little room to maneuver. Limited room to maneuver. These adverse developments have contributed to the slowing economic growth, accumulation of unpaid bills, and a large exchange rate depreciation. Asama, bidi kankan hana IMF a confirm ya mame. The bottom line in the same. Asempa Ghana ni a oto abama ye no. Onfa ho ne the IMF e kan. Wa woti wo onfa ho ne the IMF o kan. De wo fa ho ne se den na Ghana ban ya ma oboto ayeyi. And Untina finance minister by and was G2. We came to you and you gave us the fiduciary mandate to rule this republic. And to say we accept the responsibility and we must and do everything to ensure say be free and which am be free. And to near maybe wa and no emamo dada sitina ko ye dada no. Yen free obi to say free SHS. A bit to say a coin beer and no buama moko and mo ba etimi awie pay no yen free ho ye be ye can never be brave school feeding. Yes, of course, there are challenges with free SHS. Oh, piano betting say there aren't challenges because in every policy implementation strategy, you need about 10 years to fully assimilate. Of course,
10 years.
10 years, wow. Of course. In major policy statement, it says something like free SHS.
They use 10 years.
So what you say? And it's a challenges for free SHS more no stress free SHS and my crowd 1 point something million akwanya momunko school enti the aban kan nyina ne se Ghana fo nya botre ye gitum so ha wo ho me by me top petrol ha me nua wo so top petrol ha wo free sabi asankra go e ba ha nya asanketwa I can bet say one to cry more than 1,000 cedis
3,000
enya me one because it's a long journey almost 10 hours me boy it's a long journey. Enti men pesa me no ya politics into ho nkyerem no men pesa Ghana ni a okwa abonten akoto bibi ade ama ne yere ne medi ne ho ba kyere ne no men pesa me maame a ono wote market a obre ne moja ni dia hwe ne ma ne ho ba kyere ne no enti we accept the responsibility then yes ye aban no must show concern by cutting our own expenditure send ye be ya Yebema Ghana for who say or how no more common. We feel it too. Enti asampasa obusa enema the tough any your other details a bit to say road toll can was nipa bebre and shada antiasi. Abaya sema or can for road toll was very specific to Tema to Accra motorway. And Abaya cassette. The Etienne says let me just give a simple illustration. Upese usi die. Die now upese usi no. Oma quantity survey abeye ne dwuma no hu se be cost 100 cedis ba wo asempa wo botom no wo 20 cedis ene she oboto ena oba me ho se kofi ade a me pese me yi mfaso be wo so pa enti fa 80 cedis ka me ho ne ensi dan na me se mate me di 80 cedis be ka ho na emum ye wi a yemfa bi nye rent yemfa bi nye ebia hotel yemfa bi nye ebia Airbnb yemfa bi nye event center sane ebe ya sika 80 cedis a me di shem no so kakra o di shem no e betimi recoup ne back the aban kan say Tema to Accra motorway no ne body won say wo hwa concrete asphaltic overlay cost about $1.2 million a kilometer just one lane. Concrete is more than that. It's going to cost about $500 million or more. And the abai ni sika already abai to kromu ayemre botomu ayemre nti ni yankofa partner mra no meye na owia as a way of paying the partner near the tolls esi akwan no so
okay
na anya the regular toll ye nim no because this is going to pay for it nti no the price of it no ebe was
okay
yeah so when it comes to toll na say nipa bebre no
okay so Kofi does it mean say all PPP roads are ebe constructed no toll booth be was
of course well let me say it very well because I cannot sit here and speak for cabinet. The meme can say Abai is showing interest say a lot of the road construct especially major roads are linking the capital with other major regions you know. Abai is looking at potential PPPs where you betimi anya obi ama na beso yasene na di tolls esiso send ye be ya betimi a recover sikana e invest you amortize it over a period of 25 years or 30 years a company ninya ne sika wi a no they are buying kwan ya den aman it happens even America a kwan be brand nam so China for there and omodi tolls esiso omodi di wi a no they am back so what I say
so if that happens why and a back controlly why ne be kase Yanji 1 CD, 2 CDs, 3 as
well. Now will depend on the relation. Say, Osha a statement I will say GII. And baby, the your friend is on a jina emu ama abain. Ni nyina be jina relation the contract agreement abain the company ni sign. How much is even going to go into the cost?
Okay, so in that road toll, abain be make some revenue out of it.
Of course. In fact, some of the revenue must even go into the maintenance of the road.
Okay, yes. So, Bobby Bisa, what sense does it make? Say, there were existing road tolls at Emma Bainska.
Yeah.
You scrapped it.
Okay, so the difference here is this.
Yeah.
Abain road tolls, Abain, for lack of a better word, Abain was taking it at a very subsidized level. 50 pesos 1 city. Meaning there's absolutely no way the whole year the entire country road toll was 72 million Ghana cedis, about $12 million. The whole country.
Na a cover baby.
Of course, a baby.
Okay.
No doubt about it. But this one now, in a way, a realistic prices.
What realistic means?
Well,
because
realistic
50% 1 CD.
Well,
realistic means 5 CDs.
It could be 5 CDs or more, depending.
And don't you think saying that you are rather burdening Ghanaians?
No. You see, don't interpret it like that. Look at it like a service provision.
Yes, but who provide this service?
Yeah.
Now initially service, a biwa hodada. 50 pesos, 1 CD. Osi no yet. Now, what the for bar, you bet you have 5 CD, 10 CD.
You can't determine amount.
No, but yes, assuming without admitting, because said they were kind of realistic. And PPP, Nipana or this Kebe Shimno, open fast war. At the end of the day, exactly. And to say Nipana Bana, because the Misika me de Babe Shemi, me we are a 10 CD na meji. I buy the
No. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
A buy will not just go into any agreement. Say, Mimi Kofi Tonto me sorry, I say me no. A buy will go into agreement where there is value for money, and will make sure say Ghana ni to na o triano. It is worth the equina or the quality of road, the standard of road, and all of that safety.
Okay.
Enti anya bibi say obi be sorry no wa bonisema be akotu. No, I've told you government has a representation here in GIIF. Mo name representing no Yabebo President Mahama Abaso. He set out that institution in 2015, the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. So what I say, Babe Sona Siniami aye. Enti me gidi say, you see, let me give you some statistics. We are very good in roads. We know where the home come. According to Ministry of Roads, say Ghana, your total road network is almost 99,000 kilometers. And it increases about 6,000 every 5 years. As in Pamino, because tarred roads are about just 34% of it. So we have almost 70,000 kilometers of roads and building yet to overlay asphaltic standard. There's absolutely no way about Bia Sika, because you need about $10 billion for a period of 10 years to close your road gaps.
Okay, so
it's
now
impossible.
So now buying here scam. My final question, I'm in Bra Honorable. So, would you endorse legalization, sales, smoking of weed for government to make revenue?
Minia, right now, question of Busami. Idea me in America. The state I grew in, Massachusetts. As far back as I think 7 years. And now legalize a certain percentage for recreational usage. Oko the state of Colorado almost were illegalizing. There is academic work by say the harmful effects of weed, it may not be as bad as we thought, and then rather on the contrary, the beneficial effect for medicinal and other was true. The Mimebusan say, on my way, have we done our own independent research? Me, you know, Ghana Hakakra. You will say, oh, we'll be about them win here, and say, we need to establish AMPA. Is there any factual accuracy in that? Because we tend to always rely on the Obika and then take policies around it. Memeka say, a buying and commission, one of our research institutes, we said data and so order the amini. Now, you analysis to see independently, say, indeed, is there value in monetizing weed? And then if there is, how do we even go about it to make sure say recreational use what laws and build around it? But me and kind of people, because I don't have any academic research also to cover. I didn't think I was by the way.
Oh no, sir. Now I'm buying here a lot of revenue. I mean, we're looking at all angles. I'm buying between me raising revenue for development.
Why not?
And that's one of the areas I'm buying between me.
A lot of who call Colorado say one of the high earning revenue pools. this
Ose.
I
mean, be so ram. I was here 8 minutes after 10. I hire Adom 106.3 FM. Go if you don't do nothing in Ghana. Honorable to what you're saying. Oh, I'm Russia baby.
I will not comment on that particular matter. I will not comment.
Yeah, the LGBTQ. And I be on. Oh, I'm Russia baby. Maybe. Many Russia baby.
I'm not better. I become House of Parliament.
But yeah.
I had a meeting make any comment on it.
But legalizing kwacha if you mobile and this mobile. Cash. Oh, there you go, Casa. Casa constituency for you.
We are finding
Oh, there you go. Oh, me at you.
But the judgment be no say for you. Judgment is any fire. Mama kase minu wakase yi anopa programs makonyina MPP penfam no mkuhye ni nyina at long last omo kan no de si say ahochre no yeden aba nti omo admit there was an admission say ahochre no ho nti yenhwe kwan a ebituma Ghana for atom signing this for year pair say na beto ato adwen ama Ghana for ho atom because me go for bread.
Of course
me MP me co constituency say me co rural areas na in how go for si bread or try even 5 cities a day ko kwafo so benya kra dia to enam kra da ofufu di kra no na eyeden no to bina se bana se kasa am me kwan ne kasa na ba no so ede emoaye
minwe over 20 years a ruler of mine.
What does minwe but mamnya correction bi wa kakra bi minwe asampa
Ethiopia
makan haba mesa kan dim say sika yitwa de ma aban parliament ya approve the appropriation act almost 145 billion Ghana cedis. Also no abejeje almost 100.5 billion in Ghana. Na Okobobo sia almost 45.
Raise it to 98.
Never. That was the initial
100, 100.5.
Exactly. Na bisa say 100.5 billion. E levy the component here say 6.9 billion.
That was the projected.
That's the projected.
Yeah.
Enti adentra minority. This is why I'm asking the question. We are so much on 6.9 billion. A year E levy. Scale between the back within the 100.5 billion. Enti I'm going back to say, as some of I can say minority. Then I ask for the effort of the government. Ama on to me in raise fund, Mr.
Yeah, but that's a fact. In fact, it's on record. It's a problem. NDC members
with the 6.9 billion.
No, but honorable. It's a fact because
that is why we had a problem.
No, but and the fact is,
meanwhile,
catch some of your constituents say more mobile because I buy better.
Excuse me. Oh, Mankasa. We cannot beat our leader. The same government. Semenewo, Sebia Yamia to me some, Nasemiko Kumasi, Nasem Kofa, Awa, Semiko Kumasia. Tax Edason, most the VAT. MPP buying, only you need the VAT. You see, Miamiti Hay, Menesika, Ako Koto. If anything, a plane ticket, a Kumasi. Abrewana or Tihona ne bawon crime. What sending you 200 Ghana cedis? Say on far and told you or transactive business or so. What kind of equity is this? Nipano Abrewana, there Jumana, why are Ojene tax? So these are certain things, sir. Yeah, can say 6.9. Please. Find another way of getting the 6.9. But we have to do bottom. Make on go some American. Well, intimacy. Minority, we never sat down. Say yes, the full government in a way. So to me, we can do that. Sabios Bosomson. Nasa yentua work a scar. Bosomson nasa yenyes kentua work a scar. Abraham Abraham. Sabio, Uber bread, but me blessing. Me MP. The pressure will be on me. Siga me say me send it to come on my constituents. Madam for me teacher for omo ye way no a bad day. So why or how can I do that? So it's not true. But we saw say enye obi onye sika koto fie. Okoto fie Trasako. Okoto fie Trasako. Who say VAT no? My mention VAT. Real estate. No VAT ni free so. Me am hey. So the tax system it's not there's no equity. That's why we say no. Stop, please find another mechanism to get the 6.9, add it to your revenue and work. You don't hate no doing that. I beg you. That's the correction. Now, road to now me can't answer. Officer, you are doing a friend grapevine. Who's your communication?
Yeah.
Say I buy no say baby and a management so baby. Mo dwom ha. Say on say omo to market you. Na omo rate na. Oh be say da betum. Oh, I'm some the 50% neighbor. Sir, 50% neighbor. Yempene. Oh, and come 20 there. It was a management here. They'll sit on it and act. Me. Say, oh, Ghana, within your budget. What mean ya? Joko Chien, your minimum, maximum of 80 million.
What's the difference?
You see, good. I'm saying that's the minimum. It ranges between 72 and 80 million.
Ghana cedis.
Yes. A year.
Which is about $13 million.
Exactly. Say Sikawi. Say, what the one pay? Now, what them commandment few words for? This your mokwanswa. And come and radio so and cancer.
I don't know about seminar. Okay. Already, I spent $1 million in your constituency.
Listen.
It's visible. On the year development. And to whom be?
Enti, sa 80 million who he has about Jesus can.
No, me can't manage it. But Ojia, obe focus on other sectors.
I didn't try or scrabble here.
Coffee
bench. Now, what's up? I catch him say in the budget review. I catch him say, you have this potential money sitting somewhere. Potential money, a year then I can say Sikawi. Oh, man, the idea. Into acquire at a pro, crown yes, crown for beating me, crown swa. Can't you use this money for something? 80 million, yes, like it 12. 1 million cry, I said. Makumanku 80. Enti, may I think say the government want to find a way to bring the road to back. Me, that's what I'm thinking. Me imagine what you just said.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Even if the government wants to do that,
it's not a problem.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
We have to find a way.
But be bold.
But Kofi, the fact is, at the end it was in existence. Never. Obayan, Osi Enye was scrappy. And see, why do you turn around? And I say you are reintroducing it subtly. Is that what it means?
Okay, so right. maybe the Aban bit to me.
Yeah.
Aban can take time to explain the policy around road toll. To your point, then Kusimula say no in a subtle way.
Yes,
that's fine. But I think the bottom line is we all have to support the idea of using road tolls and doing that PPP because yes, some of the major roads.
But Kofi, you recall say at the time, most crappy road tolls. Yeah. A lot of agitations that make say Speaker of Parliament, a directive rules minister. On reverse it.
There were agitations.
But nothing like that happened.
There were agitations.
Yes.
And I definitely agree, sir. and I make us say a Abano can come out and maybe have a policy discussion around what road toll should mean in this country. What I say, but you see, Asampa, Aban has a right to change its mind because Amanyo ene or mind chichireno. Sometimes who implement policy bia, you realize at some point in a policy review, say okay, adewe, na me free sank ye de be drew her, but why do timi sandwich.
Exactly.
So there is no harm in it, but maybe Aban must come out and boldly state say
exactly
the old way of toll collection, you free say yes, some near modernizing it to this way where you pay realistic prices for international standard of roads. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. Wrap it up.
Where say I might take a decision be na some of us you can. You see be a say abandon.
Oh,
yeah.
Good intentions, but
Mammy can some show. Ukukumasi Omum to Namakunije.
No, but you'll be Michael, mammy.
No, Mam Kunije.
Yeah,
okay. Friend, more lodu. Last, look for car, if anything. Airport runabout. Oh, no, be pack your mocha. Lodu near ma. In the Bissam say, in the sa a offense, near my way. Yeah, the Falcons were confatamely.
So,
I could do paga. Na odru ha yenye ne hwe onko
no but only say that your man crawl mo lodi wa ha no omo drew omo country of origin.
Yes,
omo offload bio because you will wait e was with the rem enti ade na yen allow we omo
certain policies. I don't understand it.
Honorable and never be saying can for politics in tonche. Not both parties, no. Ye niema baako mienu bi nsi wa e be kasesa because asema woken. Then I will be befa niema fiti how from Accra to Kumasi about 370 kilometers.
Afaye kwan so
from Kumasi to Tamale about 500 kilometers. So almost 900 kilometers of roads. Now saying where a kilometer is $1.2 million.
And the question is, what goes into that thinking?
No, dear. What is happening is lack of enforcement because the will on the two of us, your part, to hold police and entity for responsible. I think, say, your division is not helping. Tina make us say, together.
I'm not talking about the policing and other areas. I'm talking about
the road toll.
Road toll. On fire, a council say,
road toll. Now, you see. Once I watch your crime, especially if you monitor Saturday.
Yeah.
Once a crime boys,
yeah.
Yes. No crime, I say,
balance bisa, yeah, daddy.
I cause a pressure, no, a heat, no, any pressure, no, what kind of so. And see, many honorable yard say, you need the proper route too. But no, so doesn't mean, say, am I for weight system, then soon your day, and yajuma. Because when you wrote on now weight, no, you're still heavier. I say, why no?
I was your format. But Obia was 60 seconds each, or some pound. And I'm final comment, Minjiko Fini.
Final comment, I'll not go back. The main kind of say,
yeah.
So, even the advanced countries, I said, you call more Kojabosia. I ain't been Pumfamana. Come to Ruto. No, America,
of course.
If you cry electronic. Yamfa
say most
fancy hose udu ha na usika o udu ha camera capture wa uko bank account say akoche free offer into ka brochia asempa obi van ka ma o because what the car man 1 month ubetwa ubeko accounts no na ya tete sa so it's a good source of getting money so best say let us go back and take it 80 million is good.
Mate, honorable Erica for me that's it. Kofitonto. Final comments.
Improve digitalization efforts, no? Because honorable Kenya, you need an identification system as the base. And now bet media Tracy car no now then a bill and all of that. And I think said the honorable can bet me introduce road toll in a more modernized way, underpinned by a concrete digital system. A bit me they are tracking near money because there are a lot of leakages in the system. Nti yɛhwɛ kwan yɛbɛtumi close some of these loopholes. Aban so hwɛ bi. That's why Aban is saying say instead say obesa abɛgye sika foforɔ, this time I'm going to look at loopholes and see how I can improve and enhance my revenue mobilization strategy. That's it.
Marty, Kofi Medase, Honorable Asum Jeka, Kofi Tonto, Medase P.